Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of the Men of Yoshiwara Kikuya, or Gyakuten Yoshiwara. We are on Tokiwa's last chapter in his main storyline, chapter 13 at last night, and we will have our first ending with him after that, which will either be the happy ending or the super happy ending, and whichever one it is not will be covered in the next video, which will also cover the sequel and the date scenario. So let's get started with chapter 13 at last night. Just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. We safely returned to Kikuya and went inside the shop.
Misao-san, you're safe.
Yes, thanks to Tokiwa-san's quick wit.
You don't seem to be injured.
Iroha-san and Kagura-san were explaining the details to the guards at the shop's entrance.
By the way, Iroha-san, we finally found out who the street killer was.
Tokiwa-san then gave a thorough explanation of what happened in the shop where I was held.
I see. So that's what this was all about. I will report the details. Well, for the time being, we should be happy that Misao is safe. Yes, that's what's most important.
Thank you so much.
Mud, it's great that you actually found the perpetrator of these crimes.
This finally brings an end to the street killings that upset the red light district. We must somehow show our gratitude to Kikuya and these two people. Well then, I will take my leave now. After promising to report the full details of the incident later, the guard left Kikuya.
But I feel bad to have put you in a dangerous situation, Misao. If you're okay, we will hold a banquet for you as an apology and to celebrate the incident's end.
But I don't have money right now. Tokiwa-san and I looked at each other's faces.
Of course you don't need to pay. The banquet is for you guys as a token of gratitude.
And like that, he promised to hold a banquet for me that day, and I left the shop late that night. The following night, there were so many people in Kikuya when I went there for the banquet.
You're here, Misao.
Tokiwa-san, it's so crowded here.
I heard that as punishment, they decided to close the shop that was involved with the crime. Because of that, we're at the top of the next rankings, which has made Iroha-san very happy.
That's great.
And the street killings have been settled, no? Those incidents caused trouble for many shops.
As we talked with each other, we were called into the shop.
Oh, it seems that the banquet is ready. Let's go, Misao.
Yes, Tokiwa-san. Today's banquet was lively. They also invited people from outside the shop to celebrate.
Misao-san, please enjoy this night fully.
Yes.
Ah, yes, a banquet is something to be enjoyed to our heart's content. Man, I wasn't expecting Tokiwa to have a hand in the settlement of the incidents.
All seated around the same table, the gentlemen drank sake and joined in on the conversation.
But the best thing is that the lady was safe.
Exactly.
It's great that she was rescued, but what a huge blunder for her to get kidnapped in front of you. You're saying more than you should, Kagero.
Well, she was captured in front of Kagura, too. Though there were some complaints, everyone had smiles on their faces.
Misao, come close to me.
Yes. Tokiwa-san, who was in a good mood from beginning to end, hugged my shoulder. The entire time of the banquet, we entangled our fingers under the table where no one would see. When the banquet came to an end, Tokiwa-san brought his mouth to my ear.
Of course you will also stay the night, right?
Huh? But was it really okay? I don't have money to buy your night. But I don't have money to buy your night.
But don't worry. Of course Kikuya will also pay for a night with me. It means that I'm yours tonight, too. It's okay for you, right, Misao?
Yes. My heart was racing, but at the same time, I understood. This was going to be the last night for us. When the banquet was over, I was invited by his sweet voice and went into the bedroom. Dim lantern light softly illuminated the bed. This would surely be my last night with Tokiwa-san.
Misao, why are you making a sad face?
Because I won't be able to see you anymore, Tokiwa-san.
Misao, come here.
Tokiwa-san suddenly pulled my arm. Ah! Thud. I fell onto Tokiwa-san's knees, who was sitting down cross-legged on the bed. Tokiwa-san?
Let's talk a little, since so many things have happened.
Yes. We faced each other on his knees, and Tokiwa-san put his arm around my waist.
When I met you for the first time, Misao, I thought you would be like any other woman. I thought you'd fall for me if I said something a little sweet and make you feel good. And I'm not sure when, but at some point I noticed you became someone special for me.
Special? Even if I can't see you again?
Yes, I've already made up my mind. I will always love you, Misao, from now on.
Tokiwa-san captivated me with his green eyes that were more serious than ever before.
Misao, I will come to pick you up someday.
Huh?
I'm a gentleman, so I'm confined, but someday I will be free like that bird we released before. And I want to make you happy.
Tokiwa-san.
Can you wait for me until that time?
Yes, of course.
Thank you, Misao.
My body was then hugged ever so deeply.
At least before we are no longer able to see each other. I wish I could give you something. Is there something I can do for you?
Please hold me, and don't let me go until morning.
Is it okay for me to just hold you? Don't you want more?
More than that. If Tokiwa-san wants to, okay. His long fingers covered my cheeks. His clear green eyes looked down slightly.
Oh.
Our lips laid upon one another, deeper and deeper, as if we both desired each other. Once our long kiss came to an end, our lips separated. A light was flickering in Tokiwa-san's green eyes.
Misao.
Our lips slightly touched once again, and then traced a line from my lips to my chin. And then he slowly glided on top of my thin skin, from my chin to my neck. Then he put his fingers on my collar and unbuttoned it.
Misao.
Suddenly his mildly heated eyes looked up at me.
I didn't expect that our skin would lay upon another with this feeling.
His fingers that had been touching my collar then tangled with my fingers when suddenly, I was slowly pushed down to the bed.
Are you sure about this?
Yes. I would finally become Tokiwa-san's woman. His fingers were hot. His hands that would teach me what a man is for the first time were big and wide. Not only his hands, but his body too.
I like you.
We tangled our fingers, and my hand was covered by his, and his broad and thick chest also covered me.
Misao, I can't stop loving you.
And more than anything, his eyes that kept staring at me, covered even my heart.
Will you tell me that you like me in your cute voice?
He said so like he was begging, and say I will, do I want to say I like you forever or I love you? I think I'm just gonna go ahead and say I love you. I love you, Tokiwa-san.
Misao, you're so passionate. Your feeling is warm enough to melt even my heart. I swear to you I'm yours, your one and only.
Tokiwa-san's eyes twinkled beautifully in concert with the flicker of the lantern's light. Yes, Tokiwa-san. And after I slowly closed my eyes, he sweetly laid his lips upon mine once more. When our kiss ended, Tokiwa-san wanted me so intensely that it was like a floodgate opened.
Misao.
Misao. His kind hand invaded from the hem of my clothes, going from my thigh to the base of my legs. His hand wriggled seductively on top of my skin, as if he were trying to expose my privates. It was as if the manly desires that he held until now were flowing out through my skin. I want you. I want all of you. Tokiwa-san. My clothes slid off my shoulders. He kissed the section of skin that was exposed. Tokiwa-san's finger then tickled a part of my body that I myself had never even touched.
Not even to wash yourself?
My cheeks become red with shame, and I tried to look away from Tokiwa-san.
No, Misao, don't look away from me. I want to know everything about you.
But...
Don't be embarrassed. I'll show you everything about me. I will expose my heart that wants you so much. So please.
Tokiwa-san's body and my body were closely intertwined.
Misao, I love you.
And with a pain that was like splitting a fruit, I knew for the first time the pleasure that comes with belonging to the man that you love. After the sun rose and the sunlight shined in from the window, we were still hugging each other's bodies, but...
I should let you get back already.
Tokiwa-san's mumbling of those words brought an end to our night.
Wait, Tokiwa. It's all right, isn't it? This will be the last time for us.
Tokiwa-san was forced to come and see me off outside of the shop.
Misao, I'll see you again someday.
Yes, I'll be waiting for you.
Even though I can't see you, I will send you letters soon.
Yes, please take care of yourself. Even though I thought I would probably never come back here again, I couldn't say goodbye to Tokiwa-san, who stood there the whole time to see me off into the town of Yoshiwara. A few days later, I returned completely to the everyday life that I had before I knew of Yoshiwara. When I was helping out at the store, the sliding door opened and my mother came into the room.
When you finish, please do the bookkeeping too.
I got a letter for you. I'll leave it here. For me? From who? My mother left the room and I took the letter into my hand. It's from Kikuya, Tokiwa. I rushed to open the letter, inside of which was written the flowing letter of his love for me.
I want to see you once more.
The letter ended with this sentence, Tokiwa-san. I was moved by this sentence, and before I knew it, I was running out of the store to Yoshiwara. The last chapter, the wedding. I wanted to see him. I wanted to see the man with jade green eyes who loved me. Tokiwa-san! I rushed to Yoshiwara. It's only been a few days since I stopped seeing him. But why did I want him so much? The Yoshiwara that I knew, the red light district, where Tokiwa-san was, it was a town of night where one saw nothing but sexual desire and love affairs. Even though I was running there in the daytime, there was no guarantee that I would see him. But I still wanted to see him. I rushed over there with all of my heart. It had been a while since I came to Yoshiwara in the daytime. Compared to nighttime, it was like a totally different world. The merchants that conducted business with the shops were walking around the main street. I felt like I was being watched.
Is she the one? She is a good girl. Poor girl.
She's the one from Kikuya. In any case, I'm so thankful. I could hear people gossiping. But was this about me? As I wondered about that...
Misao?
Huh? Someone standing in front of the shop called my name.
How have you been?
Tokiwa-san! When I looked back, there was the person that I wanted so much. I can't believe it. What are you doing in Yoshiwara during the daytime? His blonde hair shined under the sun like flaming gold. His green eyes also reflected in the sunlight and beamed with pure light. It was the first time that I saw Tokiwa-san under the blue sky.
I thought you might come here, so I was waiting for you.
But you're not supposed to go out without permission, are you?
I wanted to see you, Misao.
Before he could answer, my body was buried in his chest. Tokiwa-san! Even under the sunlight, his soft embrace hadn't changed a bit. What's going on?
Were you surprised?
Yes. His voice, which rang close to my ears, reached me as sweetly as it did before.
Is this the first time that you've come to Yoshiwara since we separated before?
Yes, it is, but...
Then it's no wonder that you're confused.
Tokiwa-san chuckled at me as if he were amused. Why are you laughing? The townspeople were also looking at me a little strangely.
Since we're finally meeting under the blue sky, why don't we hold hands?
In high spirits, Tokiwa-san wrapped his arm around mine and entwined his fingers with my fingers. Mm.
Misao, are you blushing from something like this?
No, it's daytime, so I'm worried that people will look at us.
You say such cute things. I'll explain to you after we get to the shop. So, can you come with me?
While not being able to hold my embarrassment, Tokiwa-san pulled my hand and he headed to Kikuya. When we reached Kikuya's entrance, we were faced with Iroha-san and all the other gentlemen.
I've been waiting for you.
Iroha-san and everyone else, what are you guys doing here?
She looks like a virgin, but I'm happy for you.
It doesn't really make sense, but we're certainly happy. I guess you could say that it's a gift from the heaven. What is everyone talking about? I cocked my head to the side, puzzled by what everyone was saying.
She still doesn't know anything. Iroha-san, can you explain to her? Tokiwa, did you actually bring her here without explaining anything? Yeah, I wanted to surprise her a little.
Tokiwa-san.
I'm sorry, Misao. I guess it can't be helped.
Iroha-san sighed and stood up in front of me.
We were given credit for settling the incident and given a lot of money from the Emperor.
For the shop, a connection to the Emperor is much more important than money. And more than that, we've been appreciated by everyone in this town. That's great.
But that's not all. Look at these.
When Tokiwa-san made a sign, the two strong-looking men came out from the back. And they bought a heavy-looking package with them.
Thud.
They opened the big package right there, and when they did, what is it? I inadvertently gasped. In the package, there was money and valuable items, much more than what the people could have given me.
It's all yours.
What? What do you mean?
Because of the banquet before. Rumor of you spread in the red light district, Misao. Gift, money, and valuables were sent to us every day. It's sympathy money for you, since you held banquets for me and got involved in the incident.
For me? So, that's why the people in town were talking about me.
I think so.
That amazing story had been looking back and forth between Tokiwa-san and the contents of the package.
As a shop, we can't accept those items and money, so we decided to entrust it to you and Tokiwa.
But I can't take such a large sum of money.
You risked your life, Misao, so you don't need to feel bad about it.
But...
And there's one more thing. It's about Tokiwa. Huh? Me?
At the sudden mention of his name, Tokiwa-san frantically turned to Iroha.
The point of this incident had to do with whether you would return to the rank top gentleman or not. If you are determined to do that, then the shop wants you to reclaim the top title of gentleman. Me? Top gentleman?
I have no complaints. After all, I saw you in such a great courtesan's procession. As he smoked his pipe, Takeo-san looked at Tokiwa-san and smiled lightly. You did it, Tokiwa-san. Your skills have been recognized. But Tokiwa-san looked down with a meek look on his face. Tokiwa-san. And right after that, he looked up with strength in his eyes.
I'm sorry, but I can't accept that offer.
Why?
Iroha-san, the money here is the same as the amount that I would need to retire, right? I think it's actually more than that. Then, Misao, I have a favor to ask you.
I saw myself reflected in Tokiwa's dead serious eyes.
Please buy my whole life.
What? It was like a bolt out of the blue. His unexpected offer had me at a loss for words.
There's a lady I'm madly in love with, and I can no longer do business here. I can't be faithful. So, if you want to, Misao, I want to retire with this money and marry you. What do you think?
Of course, Tokiwa-san. A few days later, it was the day of Tokiwa-san's retirement. When I went to Kikuya, I was taken to the parlor room.
I'm sorry for making you come here. The people here said that they wanted to hold a banquet to see me off.
It's okay. It's great for you.
No, it's not really that they're seeing me off. It's more like they're kicking me out.
Already drunk, Takeo was waving his hand to invite me in behind the fed-up Tokiwa-san.
You guys are the main guests for today. What are you going to do over there? Ah, it's so hot. It seems that the summer has come to Yoshiwara. Takeo, you... Misao-san, have a seat.
Sure. Iroha-san took me to the seat, while Tokiwa-san and Takeo-san kept arguing. The banquet was an absolute riot of drinking and singing from beginning to end. But compared to the ones held at night, this was a different type of glamour.
Gosh, it's so loud. It's a celebration, though. It's a departure, so of course it's better to be loud. Exactly. Even though I, Tokiwa-sama, won't be here anymore, don't be so sad.
Tokiwa-san moved to the seat next to me and joined the conversation.
Well, I belong to Misao. So no matter how much you guys will miss me, I understand there's nothing to be done about it.
I was hugged in front of everyone, and my body sunk deep into his chest. Tokiwa-san, this is embarrassing.
I'm overjoyed, so I want to show off. Misao.
When he hugged my shoulder and called my name close to my ear, my heart filled with happiness.
When I think that I'll marry you, Misao, the same banquet seems totally different. I feel so happy that I just don't know what to do with myself.
Me too. Tokiwa-san put his lips to my cheek, paying no mind to the fact that we were in front of people.
You just can't stop showing off.
Takeo-san, who was watching next to us, started to make fun of us.
These will look good on you guys, right?
Just then, Takeo-san pulled out a black and white gown from a wicker basket in the parlor room. What? As I looked on in amazement, he made us wear the gowns on our shoulders. Takeo-san!
What? These are...
It was a white dress and a black jacket. It was like we were husband and wife.
Wow, I didn't expect someone like Takeo would give us couples gowns. How thoughtful.
Tokiwa-san hugged my shoulder. Tokiwa-san, you too?
It's okay. Aren't we going to be a real couple, Misao? If so, then we should show off more.
After saying that, he gently pressed his lips to my forehead. Tokiwa-san!
From now on, we're doing things together, as a man and woman.
As the people around us made noise, he brought his mouth to my ear.
I love you, Misao.
As I became wrapped up in supreme joy, I heard something from outside. Tweet, tweet, tweet. I felt like I heard the singing of the bird that we released before. Yep, that was the super happy ending. So now everything is unlocked. Oops, okay. And we will go ahead and do the the regular happy ending and his extras in the next video. So please join me for that, or perhaps some other future videos. And I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.